Well, if you're still scrambling to get your taxes filed before the May 1st deadline, an extension can take the pressure off. Normally, the IRS does recommend people file their income tax return as early as possible, but that's not always possible, whether personal reasons or a complicated tax situation. So this morning, we are back with certified public accountant. We have Jessie Hazel with some tax saving tips with us this morning. Jessie, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Of course. All righty, let's go ahead and start really quickly. What does an extension actually do, and is it beneficial for some people?
Yeah, so an extension is just that. It is a request for extension to file your tax return. It is not, however, an extension of time to pay your taxes. So that is a common misconception, but if you think you may owe, you'll want to go ahead and send in a payment with that extension, even if it's just a guess. It's good to send in a payment if you can.
Is there like a certain time period? So when does that extension need to be filed? Does it need to be before May 1st? How does that work?
Yeah, so the extension has to be filed before the tax deadline, which this year is May 1st. So you'll want to get that filed and make any payment by that date. If you miss that date, there's no reason to go back and try to file an extension. Once that date's passed, you know, that is over.
Is that kind of something that maybe we should be putting on our back burner? If we know far in advance that we're going to have to file that extension, should we have done it now, as in this Monday before Thursday?
Absolutely, yeah. You can file an extension anytime up until the deadline. Some people file them very early because they know they're going to have to. So whenever you can go ahead and do that filing.
Now, you know I have to ask, what happens if you don't do it?
Yeah, so if you don't file that extension, you will start to incur penalties and interest on any tax due. There are several penalties that you have to consider. There's a late filing penalty, which is the bigger one, which the extension will avoid. Then there's the late payment penalty, which is smaller, but you still need to consider it, which is why we would suggest making a payment with the extension if you think you're going to owe. It opens up this window for you to kind of get everything together and get everything filed correctly. And that will give you until October 15th. So it's a long window that you get by doing that filing.
Okay, so the extension would be going up to October 15th.
Yes.
I love it. Alrighty, well, thank you so much for stopping by this morning. We always appreciate you.
Thank you.
Of course. Alrighty, everyone, we're going to be putting these tips on our website, WLTX.com, so you can think about it now before the deadline happens on May 1st.